Hey, what's up, peeps? It's your boy Axon. Um, I managed to get some time to do a video analysis request for a friend named EvilxPip. He's actually a very, very good PSN friend of mine and sparring buddy. It looks like ever since I left PSN for a while and came back, this guy has gotten a lot better, and it's shown through the matches I've had with him. Um, this is towards a friend named Juro. Juro, if you're watching this, I apologize. I know I got your links to the videos, so when I'm done with Pip's videos, because he sent me the request first, I will get back to you and then do your video analysis. All right. Again, I apologize for the delay, but as soon as this is done, I will find time and do your own. Okay. All right. So this is just, you know, short vid showing a bit of matches I had with Pip. We actually had a bit of serious matches concerning Yang and Ken, but I don't have that much time on my hands because I have, what do you call it, a tutorial to go organize. But I will start by going through a few matches and finish up the rest in the next video. So yeah, the one I'm highlighting right now is actually the first match. Kind of a bit disorganized, but hey, sue me. Alright, let's get started. Let me hide this. Alright, you may notice that over here, sorry. Right, you see, even though I did the dive kick, I used the medium version, but because it was a bit too close, the chances are that this guy will still have enough time to react. So rather than risk it and go straight into a combo, I used standing high punch, close standing high punch, because I know I'm going to be close to him. See? And the reason for that is because, one, it's a lot faster, and two, it's 2 hits. So even if he tries to parry, he's going to have to do a bit more work. And players that are put in this situation tend to have that instinct of just parrying once and attacking immediately. Another good thing is that, it's a great way of pushing them back. Right here, see? And he put me in the corner. Right, now he started with the footsies. Now the thing about footsies, a lot of players that don't realize is that they're a great way of, of keeping the person at bay. He put me in the corner. So rather than quickly counter or dash towards him, especially if I was using his Shoto, he would keep in mind that I would try and dash towards him and throw him in the corner. So he brought out that footsie just to keep me at bay. Yeah, another thing that, I noticed a lot of Shotos do is that, especially when they add EX Hadokens into their, their mix-up game, they tend to dash in the person that's parrying that Hadoken or EX Hadoken. Now, for me, or what I have noticed players like KO or Nika KO do when they're Yang, is that they immediately parry and then go straight into EX Mantis Slashes. That's just one way of, avoiding the dash-in mix-up game. Because, most players, especially that use Shotos, tend to do that when they realize the person is parrying and go straight into a what do you call it, crouching medium kick right after dashing. And, the fact that you go straight into EX Mantis Slashes completely beats it out because it's a lot faster. And see, I was right, because he actually crouched and was about to do a crouching base move. I'm not sure if, it was a crouching medium kick, but it was definitely a crouching base move. Unfortunately, I was trying to get an EX Mantis Slash, but, the light slash came out. Though, I still took it in. I mean, it's still good. Might as well deal with it. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Doing autopilot. Right, sorry, I missed this. Yeah, right. You know, straight after this, I don't know, you should have gone. I'm pretty sure that you tried doing a Shoryuken, but again, you know, don't rush it. If you want to go straight into Shoryuken after a crouch medium kick, remember, you just tap forward, then hold down and do a Shoryuken motion. It registers as, you know, a Shoryuken motion. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Yeah, another thing that I notice a lot of really good Yang players do is that, and I think I explained in my previous video, is that his target combo, I don't know if it's the same for you, but his target combo, the ender, can be delayed right here. A lot of players tend to, what do you call it, assume that you're gonna continue the whole thing, and they try and red parry the end of the target combo. So over here, I'm pretty sure he tried to attack after, or red parry, I'm not sure. But the fact is, because I delayed it, it put him off guard. And when you try to press a button, got him. Now this comes out in two ways, as an advantage in two ways. One, I got a bit of damage in. I mean, it's not that much, but it's still damage. And because the ender is a pushback, I put him in the corner right here. So that sets me up for a mix-up game. But let's see how I deal with that. Yeah, I mess it up completely. Oh my god. Yeah, the thing about Pip is that, you know, this guy, I've played him a lot of times, and especially with Yang. And one thing I've noticed about him is that it's not that he's afraid, but then he's cautious about my Mantis Slash mix-up game. So he's always on guard, particularly in this situation. He knew I was going to delay and then go straight into EX Lashes. He wasn't going to risk it and bring out a normal. Because in that situation, it's likely that if he brought out a normal like crouching medium kick, I would have easily reacted to it and then beat him out with a Mantis Slashes. The fact that he's giving himself space makes it hard for me. So, and yeah, I eat a Shoryuken to the face. I was so prepared for that. Yeah, he saw that coming and then tried to do a crouching medium kick, but I was lucky enough to dash through. Bit of defensive base Ken, but he's more the type that tries to read what you're gonna do next before he reacts. Yeah, that's my bad. And it did it again. Yeah, the thing about the one problem that a lot of young players face is, you know, their Mantis Slashes getting red parried. You know, from what I've noticed, the startup of the EX is practically the same as the light version of the Mantis Slash. So red parrying from something like crouching medium kick or standing, what do you call it, medium punch, it's practically the same frame difference. So in this situation, he knew it was going to come out and he was trying to red parry, but I was lucky enough for him to fail and I got the damage in. Yeah, and that's my bad for falling for wake up Shoryukens 3 times in a row. Uh, I'm so poor. Okay. Uh, yeah. Yeah, this is actually the next match. This was actually the next match after this. Yeah, over here. Sorry, over here. I actually buffered two directions, one and forward, but because you froze and you thought I was going to bring out an action, usually in this situation, a lot of players tend to throw, especially at this close. But because you froze for a second, I figured that you'd try throw. But this guy, oh my god, there's actually a very good thing he did. He knows the mix-up game behind the Yang very good, though he falls for it all the time because of a bit of habits and shenanigans he likes doing. But, in this situation, his defense was solid. He didn't react to my bait, especially when I buffered the parry. It wasn't to really get a hit in, it was more of a bait because I wanted him to try and, bring out a throw. So, especially since I was this close. But because he didn't bring out anything, yeah, he blocked and I failed in that part. That's a good thing. Yeah, I don't know why you keep doing that, Pip. Here. You don't press forward high kick. I know this is a bad habit that you try and press forward and then high kick. But I keep telling you, don't hold it because, it's a different move altogether. If you want to press high kick, make sure your directional pad is on neutral or you're not pressing any direction on the thing at all. At least, if you want to bring out the high kick, at least hold back. Because at least after you bring out the move, then you're still on defense. At a very, safe range. If you bring in a close range, it's likely that I would have still got you either ways. But yeah, this is one mistake that you made. Yeah, and you see? It's that slow. I managed to beat you out of it. Yeah, I don't know why you did that. I mean, after the whole mix up, I expected, more of a quick move, but you did forward mid kick. You know what? You be careful with moves like that. Do not do that. I mean, it's a habit, but like I said, make sure that you're not holding any direction button at all. At least hold back because most of the moves that you want to bring out, I mean, if you hold back whilst you're using it, they come out rather than hold forward and then have moves that you don't want to come out. Because in this situation, even though I didn't punish appropriately, I should have actually, it still leaves you at an open disadvantage. Yeah, over here again. This is why, I like fighting this guy because he has a very solid defense. It's just that, there are times where his reaction is either slow or he doesn't know how to really do a max punishment after a whiff or a parried opportunity. You see, this is one mix up of Yang. You see the spacing? What a lot of people don't know is that when Yang has that amount of space and he does a palm, he goes back a little. You see the front of the foot? He goes back a little. And so if Pip had tried to sweep at that distance, it would most likely would have missed. This is very effective against Chun-Li in particular, because especially players that like abusing her low forward. When you're using the palm in this situation, it gives him very, good damage as well as stun. But this guy knew it was going to come. That's why he was still being patient enough to read. So, good stuff, Pip. Yeah, over here. After the hit, I should have gone to slashes, but I was too slow. And, as I approached you, I buffered down, a quick down motion, just in case he brought out a poke. But, nah, this guy, It's tough fighting this guy at times because his defense is really annoying. But yeah, but he didn't do anything. So yeah, he actually demonstrates the one thing a lot of players should do. The worst thing that can happen to you is a throw, and that's basically what happened. He just got through rather than eat a whole damage. I mean, damage inducing combo. Yeah, basically. Yeah, after the throw mix-ups, this was one of the rules that I kind of follow after listening to Nikkei. I mean, one thing that you should try and learn, especially with a lot of defensive players, is trying to get in or trying to open them up. The fact that I was doing, what do you call it? Um, Throws, especially here where I did minimum and did a car throw, is one way of opening up because they'll always expect you to try something else, especially after a throw. If you see them do throws several times, they'll try and be more defensive about it and then try and counter it the next time. So, you know, if it was someone else, this would have been a lot easier. But this guy, I had to work for this. So, as you can see, he was still blocking. He didn't wait until I was getting closer because he knew I was going to attack. So, by adding a bit of mix-up into the game, by adding the slashes, I paused and did a palm. Now, this actually was a good thing because he thought if I stopped, right, I was going to approach him and do a throw, but that was not the case. And you see over here, right, he tried to throw because he thought I was going to approach him, but no, he ate a palm instead. And look at the amount of damage and stun done already. And that's the end of the second match. Sorry, just getting some water. Okay, let me see if I can get to here. That's the third match actually. Yeah, that is another way of adding a mix-up, especially on people that like jumping in. Yeah, that's one personal mix-up that I do. Rather than going to a target combo, I use the far high punch to push them away. Now, this is one thing I personally do, especially against people that like jumping a lot, like Ibukis and all that, especially when they jump towards me. I do that as a way of drawing them in and then going straight into palm over here. Now, this comes out in two ways. I mean, if they parry, the palm has more range compared to Yun's own. So even if they parry, right, especially at this range, look over here, before he even managed to get a hit on me, that's the amount of range that I could get. So basically, the reason I was talking about having it in two ways is that if it gets a hit, fine. Especially if I have enough meter, I go straight into super. But if the person manages to parry, I either go, I go straight into, what do you call it, a quick command dash, because I'm still fast enough to do that. So, yeah, moving on. Yep, mix-ups. Yeah, you should keep in mind that the whole time I was practically mixing you up over here. I don't know why you walk towards, but my guess is that you try to do a throw over here. But I think you should have been a bit fast enough because you ate a launcher. And this was my bad, actually. I should remember to keep using, the medium rolling kick combo after the launcher because it does slightly more damage compared to the launcher and far high punch. Actually, also slightly more stun. But, even though I didn't do that, look at the amount of stun and damage you ate. You're almost about, I think, 75% stun down. Yeah, this is something you should be careful of as well. After the palm, I can still react, but I'm guessing because I didn't really hit you with the palm, it didn't really give any sort of block stun. So you assume that you could get a free hit, but you have to keep in mind, especially in that situation, when you're coming out of guard, I was still fast enough to hit you, and that resulted in you getting stunned. Man, that was it. Max punish. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with you yesterday. One of the habits that you tend doing. I was hoping, actually, I actually really didn't care if you, what do you call it, brought out a show you can just in case. But because I landed a lot faster than you did, if I brought something like the EX Magic Slashes, it probably would have beaten you anyways. But you tried to attack anyways, and I just beat it out. Yeah, that's another mistake you did here. After the EX Mantis Slash, you have to keep in mind that Yang has a lot more recovery with the Lights version of the Mantis Slash and the EX Mantis Slash, especially when he spaces his slashes out properly, rather than do it like, what do you call it, like that. You just space out the slashes. Once you do that a bit, you get a lot safer, because if you go straight into doing the EX Mantis Slash combo in one motion, the recovery is a lot slower. But if you space them out, it comes out a lot easier, and you also get a lot more, and you also get less recovery time. So in this situation, you fell for it. This is why, see, you fell for it and tried doing a low medium, but it came out faster than you did. I should have finished that combo actually. Yeah, after that, I figured you'd try another low crouching base move again, so I parried. But got me with a throw. You switch sides and punish accordingly. And that's my bad for eating sure you can. Wake up, sure you can. But I was lucky enough to get a win. That's my problem. I still keep falling for the same thing, assuming that it's not gonna happen again. But yeah. Okay. This is the fourth one. Yeah, very good move. Just that you have to be careful, because if I had dive kick and then, what do you call it, dive kick at least twice on that, I would have gotten enough space to do the palm and not get hit. But I used the, what do you call it, medium kick version of the dive kick. If I use a light kick version, it already adds a bit of pushback. So I would have still gotten enough time to, get a hit on you and gotten enough space to miss your own hit. But I don't know, in this situation, I wasn't lucky, and you managed to get the hit. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, again, I'm always looking for the footsies. The thing about Yang, I mentioned in the previous video, one of the best normals about him is his footsies. The best normal for him is crouching medium kick. The whole time, I'm looking for, what do you call it, dash-ins. That's why, I figured that you didn't dash in as often as you used to. Because in the past, you would always get hit by it. But in this situation, you dashed in. I was hoping you would, and I caught you. Yeah, did it again. And hoping to bait you out. You took the bait. Yeah. One thing you should also keep in mind is that, especially on downed opponents that are crouching, you know, this is also a bit similar with Akuma's command dive kick. If you're crouching, there's a tendency that the person using that dive, either the twin or Akuma doing the command dive kick or the demon flip dive kick, basically, there's a chance that the person will switch sides, and that adds a bit of a mix-up game. So, I'm guessing you try to do something else, but then I managed to beat you to it because when I hit you, you were still crouching. I don't know. Right here. See? And I switched sides. I'm guessing there was a meaty dive kick. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Wait, let's start from the beginning. I think I missed something. Yeah, I should have kept my distance at least a bit, not too close to you, but a bit close to you. At least enough to not react, or enough to get hit by Wake Up Shoryuken. Yeah, the thing I like about you is that you're very patient. I mean, you don't resort to being, the person that tries to get out of the corner too much. You try and read accordingly. And the worst thing that can happen to you in the corner is a throw. Because in this situation, I buffered down, moved back a bit to give you some space. That was a way of baiting you, to move a bit forward or to bring on the normal. Because if you did, I most likely would have been missed and I would have beaten you to it with the crouching medium kick and then appropriately do the combo. But you still blocked. You didn't take the bait. That's good. And I shouldn't have ended it. But, you actually did the same thing I was doing over here. Sorry. Brado punch, went back, and I was gonna approach you and do a medium kick, but then you went back and went straight into crouching medium kick. Yeah, you beat me to it right here. Yeah, that was me jamming on the throw button. But yeah, those are some pretty good games, man. Okay, I want to go for more, but because I got a couple more, but I have to be going in about 10 minutes, so let me just end this quickly. Um, those were some pretty fun matches. I mean, the ones I showed so far, but there are a lot of stuff that you could have done. I mean, I know you have problems with the going into Shoryuken, but like I said, you don't necessarily have to hold forward and then do the Hadoken motion. You can just tap forward and then quickly do a Hadoken motion, but it has to be fast. Also, some of the normals that you bring out, like forward mid kick and forward high kick, you know, if you want to do a high kick or a mid kick, at least hold back. Don't hold forward. If you want to use forward mid kick in particular, make sure that you're a very good range, at least mid range. Do not do it at close range, because even if I get hit or even if it's on block, you're still not safe. You can easily eat a punished. Eat a punished move, or a punishing inducing blah, whatever. I'm just rough tracking, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. um, you should also keep your target combo to Hadoken and into super combo down, basically. Keep it down. I mean, you have to have it down, because I don't see you do that often, especially on punishment. like I said, you don't have to do three motions for the Hadoken, one for Hadoken and two for super. You can simply do one for the Hadoken and then one for super. The game still registers that as three motions, so you don't have to stress all that much when you're jamming your finger from one direction to the other. I know the feeling, trust me, but find time, go in practice mode, make sure you have your combos down and everything. Because, in my opinion, I think you have very solid defense. The problem is, how you dish out your offense, how you react when given the opportunity, especially when you see the person has whiffed a Shoryuken or the person has whiffed a move, or when you get a good parry in. Your problem is the appropriate punishment, or even the max punishes. But yeah, good games, Pip. I will try and finish this most likely for tomorrow and then upload it. But great games as always. Take care, yeah? Grace and peace.